if the sheikhs are already saying, hey, there are different variances of the Quran. Hey, this entire idea that the Quran has been preserved word for word, letter for letter, are lies of to children. What do I have to debate? I don't got to debate nothing.
Hi, welcome to Religious Insights. Today's episode of this fascinating debate with Godlogic. Godlogic debunked the Quran's preservation. Let's watch this video for more amazing details.
Hello there, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for coming.
Alright, so I saw the name of the live stream. It says, it's like it asks us, the opinion. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really here to refute because I want to give opinion on the whole thing. Yeah. And also I want to check the example Paul wanted to give earlier.
Okay, so just to confirm, you are a Muslim, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so what exactly is your view on Quran preservation? Do you believe it's been preserved in the sense that every word, every letter has been the same wherever you go, no matter what? There's only one Quran, or do you accept that there are textual variants, but the message maybe is just preserved and the meaning is preserved? What's your take?
Okay, so I believe that the Quran is preserved in the language of Arabic, the original one, the one that is sent down to the Prophet Muhammad, and I believe the guidance it gives, I believe the words it gives. I'm not sure about the harakat, if you know what that is. I don't know if that's the same, because back then the language didn't have harakat. So I don't know about that one. Okay, I haven't really got that deep into the whole preservation stuff. But to answer your question, yeah, I do believe it's preserved.
So my question specifically was, how do you think it's preserved? Do you believe in this it's preserved word for word, letter for letter, no changes at all in wording? Or
yeah, I just told you.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so okay, good. So we know where you're coming from, Jai and Paul.
Yeah, can I ask you before we go forward? Sorry, brother, but just quickly. So, do you believe in all the canonical readings, or do you hold to certain one and say this is the one Quran before we go anywhere?
I'm sorry. Can you define canonical? I don't. My English is not my first language.
Canonical. That means canonized or authorized readings. So, is Warsh an-Nafi', for example, is that an authoritative or accredited Quran, or is that a Quran, or do you think only al-Hafs, for example, the Quran? We want to know how do you view other readings besides al-Hafs, or do you maybe hold on to al-Warsh? So which one do you hold on to, and which one do you think is correct, or do you think all of them are correct?
Well, I don't know, this is like a very hard question because it's not like I took both versions and just read letter by letter the whole 600-page book. It's really hard to do, So, I believe that those two books, not just any Quran, any book of Quran that is sent down on this planet, I believe the words of the message, okay, other than the pages and the papers and the whatever the physical thing of the Quran, I think the words itself is uncreated. Okay, and I don't think there's like that difference. I don't know if there's like, I've seen the examples you've given. They're like overly specific. So before I give you the answer, I just want to know what you're about to, the example you're about to go with.
That's the problem. I don't want to do that unless I know where you're coming from and how you view a certain reading. So again, do you view al-Warsh, for example, the Northern Africa, or let's say Morocco mostly, uses that reading as a highly authoritative Quran, and they discredit, for example, Hafs. So not entirely, but either way, we need to know in which position are you in, or do you accredit both of them and say both of them are Quran, both of them are inspired, or both of them are the Kalam Allah, or the word of Allah? We need to know this affirmation before we go anywhere.
I'm just trying to be. Listen, I'm trying to be as honest as possible. I don't believe lying is a good thing, so I'm just trying to be as honest. I haven't, when it comes to different versions, you said that other than Hafs, do you think the other version is like, does it contradict it? I don't. The thing is, I would like to say that I don't believe that. Okay, but I'm not going to say I 100%.
I'm not
Make
saying
an
it's
accurate.
contradictory. Please,
You know,
please
I mean, it would
understand.
be.
I'm not saying it's contradictory. I'm saying, is it accredited? Is it canonical? Is it canonized? Is it authoritative? Like I'm using these words.
I
I'm
think
not
yeah.
using contradiction.
Okay, I think yeah. I think it's yeah. It can be used. Yeah, it's authority. Yeah, the way you said. Yeah.
Okay. So back to you, Jai. Just so I can understand what's going on.
Okay. So before we get
I hope I wasn't confusing.
Yeah. Before we get too specific, too much into the details, you Godlogic asked you the question of like how you believe that the Quran is preserved. Do you believe that it's preserved word for word exactly as Muhammad said it, or do you believe that it's just kind of like the message, like kind of like a general message, like Muhammad might have said this, something like this, but it's not exactly how he said it?
I'd say word for word. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so now with that, how do you deal when you have different companions of Muhammad who are arguing over what the correct verse is? Like one person says, "I heard Muhammad say it like this," and the other one says, "I heard him say it like that," and they are they're at odds now. Like they don't know, how do we get past this? How do you deal with those?
I think the hadith. This is the hadith exactly the same one you brought earlier, right? The one you brought to the. Yeah.
No.
It's like a hadith, isn't it?
Yeah, it's related to that, but that's not the one that I was thinking of. So, one that I'm thinking of is in chapter 92. Maybe you have your Quran on you. Chapter 92.
I would like to open a Quran, but I'm not on the state of purity, so I can't open a Quran. Sorry.
Okay.
I think I can use a website though.
If you come to Christ, you can open that Quran. You'll be in a state of purity all the time.
Amen.
I mean, I think it's like trying to be respectful. If anything, it's just it's the words of God. You have to be impure.
Come to Christ, you'll be washed clean. You can open whatever Quran you want at any time, bro.
Well, I don't know.
Go ahead.
All right. So amen. You could be cleansed in Christ, clean in Christ. You can touch it anytime. So chapter 92, verse 3. Chapter 92, verse 3. And this is going to hit at the point that Godlogic was asking about, which is how exactly was this Quran preserved? Because this is an instance I'm going to show you where you have companions of Muhammad and the students of the companions arguing about.
Wait. So what does this verse say? Does it exactly say what you just said?
No, I didn't cite the verse yet, but I'm just letting you know what's going on behind the scenes with this verse. You have some people saying that it's read the way you probably have in the Quran right now. Other people say no, it's actually read the other way, and the other way is misleading. Okay.
I think the way this has been handled is, the thing is with the book of the Quran is that one of the best ideas to have a book preserved is to have it be, memorizable. Okay, you're able to memorize it. The idea of memorizing a book, okay, in its entirety, which is honestly impossible for a man to do, write a book to be entirely memorizable, is what makes a book preserved. Not the number one way, but it is a huge, major, useful way to do that. So what happened basically is that when they memorized the whole verses, the whole chapters, okay, and I'm answering the way they preserved it. The hadith, I don't know, I think Godlogic mentioned it. It was about the Quran being burnt. The idea of it being burned wasn't because of trying to corrupt the book. It was actually trying to make sure that any corrupted verse would be burnt. Okay, make sure only the correct ones are the ones left. And the idea that no one can produce a verse like the Quran. You can't just memorize the verse that you just wrote down. It's just you can't. You have to memorize a whole chapter or something like that. So the way they burn it, make sure the whole thing is gone, and that's how I believe. To answer your question.
let's go to the verse. So I'm gonna. Do you have it pulled up now? Do you have it pulled up yet?
You said chapter
92, verse 3.
Okay, hold on.
Yep. Okay, so as he's pulling it up, I have a hadith on the screen that's talking about. This is an account of the story that I was just referencing. So there's commentaries on this that get deeper into it, and they give you different versions and renditions of this, to where it makes the language even more powerful. So we have an example here of companions of Muhammad and students of companions who are reciting the Quran differently than how it's recited today.
What number is that, Jai?
Chapter 92, verse 3.
No. I mean, what hadith?
Oh, my bad. Let me give you the link for it. It's 2939.
Got it.
Termity.
Yeah, you don't got to send it. I got it. I'm gonna put it up.
All right. So okay, you pull it up. Yeah, pull it up. You'll see it. And yeah, so you'll see that you have companions and students of companions reciting this verse differently than how Muslims recite it today. And they're saying, I heard how Muslims recite it today, and I will not follow them. They say, Wallahi, they say, by God, I won't follow them. That's literally what they say. And then you get deeper into it. We'll go to the commentaries where they actually say that they tried to misguide me into reciting it that way. But that's how Muslims recite it today.
Wow.
So these are companions.
I don't get the point that you're trying to make. What?
No,
you just instantly jump at it. We Muslims do that. What?
No. Just read. I was just waiting for you to read the verse. I was just.
I brought it up like years ago.
Okay. She'll go ahead. Can you read it for us?
Oh, it's a good thing I speak Arabic. وَمَا خَلَقَ الذَّكَرُ وَالْأُنْثَى. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Okay. So now, and by the way, that's good. So I'll pull up the Arabic portion of this hadith as well. Okay. So now, so can you want to give us a translation of that, or you want me to translate it?
And by the one who created male and female.
Okay. All right. So now, here's the hadith. It says, narrated by Alqama, we arrived in Asham and we went to Abu Darda. So he said, is there any among you who can recite for me according to the recitation of Abdullah? The Qira'at Abdullah. He said, they pointed to me. So I said, yes, I can. He said, how did you hear Abdullah recite this ayah? What you just read. By the night and as it envelops. That's how they translate it here. And he said, I heard him recite it. Okay. He recites it not with, read it one more time how you have it.
The verse? وَمَا خَلَقَ الذَّكَرَ وَالْأُنْثَى.
Yeah, ma khalaqa. He doesn't have that ma khalaqa in there. He says the ending part exactly how you said it, but then he says Abu Darda said, me too, by Allah, this is how I heard the Messenger of Allah reciting it, but these people want me to recite it with what? Can you read that? Wa ma khalaqa, the way you recite it today, but I will not follow them. Okay. So you have Abu Darda, a companion of Muhammad, who's asking a student of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, one of his best students, Alqama, and he's saying to him, can you recite this verse? They're both reading it the same way, without the beginning part, by him who created. And they're only reading the latter part. And they're saying that I heard them saying it the other way, but I'm not going to follow them. So how do you deal with that?
Alright, so let me understand the point that you just tried to make. So you're saying the verse that I have here says it talks about the male and female, and here it's talking about the night, so it has to be different. It can't be the same, right?
No, it's the same. It's the same. The night is that's. I think that's like the verse before the verse after.
No, you gave me the third one.
Yeah. So read like the second verse and the third verse. These are all the same thing.
Okay, so وَالنَّهَارُ إِذَا تَجَلَّى. All right, yeah, it says the day when it shines.
Yep. Then the next verse.
Okay. And وَالذَّكَرُ وَالْأُنْثَى وَمَا خَلَقَ الذَّكَرَ وَالْأُنْثَى.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I don't get you.
So what you just read is not how some of the companions of Muhammad read it. They don't have the وَمَا خَلَقَ before it.
Hold on. They don't have وَمَا خَلَقَ in the third verse, right? Just making sure.
Correct. Yeah, correct. In the third
Right.
verse.
So, and you're saying this hadith, basically in a way confirms that it does actually change.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
and they're saying that the way you recited it right now, that Abu Darda said that I will not follow them. They want me to recite it like you do, but I will not follow them.
So can you remind me who are they? Just remind me.
I mean, people. He doesn't give names, but he said these people want me to recite it, وَمَا خَلَقَ, but I won't follow them.
So you're giving me the verse about the first one, the Layl كَوَلَيْلَ مَا يَخْشَى. You speak Arabic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Layla مَا يَخْشَى. And now I don't know why you're questioning me about the third verse, which has nothing. There's no third verse in this hadith. It doesn't mention the third verse.
Oh Lord,
dude, you just read it.
Yeah. Okay. That's the first one. Why are you talking about the third one?
Yeah. No. Chapter 93, verse 2. It's 93. The 3 comes from 93. It's verse 2.
Oh, I'm at 92. Wait, did you say 92 or 93?
Okay. 90. It's 93, verse 2.
Wait, what surah is this? Is this Layl? Is this a Layl?
Yes.
Yeah, that's 92, not 93. Chapter 90.
Okay, 90. It's 92 verse 3. Then.
Okay, so let's just make this clear. Okay, let's just try to be clear in this explanation. So you said وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا مَا يَخْشَى. They read it wrong, and now I just really want to understand, why did you bring up the third verse? What is the third verse? Have to do
because you said verse وَمَا خَلَقَ. That's how the Quran reads today.
Yeah. And so you're saying the word ma khalaqa wasn't there at that time.
It wasn't in he says that he said that the way they learned from Ibn Masud and the way that Abu Darda learned from Muhammad wasn't with wa ma khalaqa.
Okay.
So
I know
this is why we asked the question about preservation, because you have some companions who are saying it with this phrase in it, and some.
Okay. I get it. Okay, my bad. So it does mention. Okay, so you're saying they who forced them, which you said you don't give names because
he doesn't give the names in the hadith. He doesn't say. He just.
Yeah. Okay. So they tried to get him to say it in a different way where it does not say ma khalaqa, right?
No. Yeah,
where
exactly.
It does say.
Oh yeah. He's trying to say they're trying to get me to say it, but I'm not going to say it.
All right. So they are right and we are wrong, basically.
Well, no,
they are wrong.
Yeah, we're asking. Well, this is what we're asking. We're asking, how do we know? Because you have some companions saying it like this, and some companions adding that phrase in it, and they're both claiming to get it from Muhammad.
No, but you're bringing me anonymous people. I asked you who are they, and you didn't give me names.
No. They, as in, he just says ha'ulai, like that's what he says in the hadith. So he's saying them, like these people. But
who are those people? How am I gonna defend something when I don't know who those people?
Well, that's the Quran you're reading.
Right.
That's the Quran you're reading. That's the Quran you're reading. The one that has wa ma khalaqa, that's the Quran. That's what he's talking about. Those people who read it like that.
So it will render that the one that authorized this Quran are they, if that makes sense.
Now, go ahead, Paul.
According to understand, it would be Uthman.
Yeah, you could say Zayd, you could say Uthman. I mean, you could say there's different people who probably read it like that. But that's the question that Godlogic and I want to know, and Paul and Life and everyone else, we want to know. When it comes to preservation, we have some companions adding phrases, some saying Muhammad didn't say it like that, and I'm not going to follow these people. And so how do we know how Muhammad actually said it? Because Muslims usually tell us we have a chain, and the chain goes from this person to a companion to Muhammad. But here we have two companions, like saying different things.
Okay, so you think the guy that did not want to listen to those people, he didn't include the word ma khalaqa, right? Okay, so he contradicted them, basically, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, well, he's saying, I'm not going to follow these guys. Actually, I'm glad that you speak Arabic, because I want to pull up the If you go
Okay,
to
hold on. Let's just continue with this one. So,
no,
okay, so
this
the guy
is just the same story, but just adds a little more detail.
making sure that we don't go off subject. Okay.
Yeah. Just want to present it here, and actually, it's better if we have you read it actually, so that way there's no misunderstandings.
All right.
So,
Why is it so cropped?
I'm just trying to make it just exactly to where I want you to read, so that way you don't need to. Yeah, basically, if you just want to start here, you start reading, and read and translate as you as you
This is the one. So this is the one where it starts. حدثنا ابن المثني قال ثنا هشام بن عبد الملك قال ثنا شعبة قال أخبرني سنة Where does it actually start? It's just listing names. من أنت فقلت من أهل الكوفة فقال كيف كان عبد الله يقرأ هذه الآية والليل إذا يغشى والنهار إذا تجلى فقلت والذكر والأنثى قال فما زال هؤلاء حتى كادوا يستظلونني وقد سمعتها من رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, they're trying to get them to read it in different ways, and the reason why I want you to read this is because, he's saying here specifically that they're trying to misguide him, take him outside of the fold of Islam, basically.
Okay, so let's try not to put assumption. How did we know that the guy himself even was correct about the whole thing? Like, what if he actually did miss the word وَمَا خَلَقَ ذَكَرَ وَأُنثَى?
Oh, look. He says that this is how he heard it from Muhammad. He heard it just like that from Rasulullah.
Yeah, that's a testimony. That's like a claim.
This is the companion, though. This is Abu Darda, and you have
Just one. Oh yeah, it's one guy.
Here's the people. You have Ibn Masud, Abdullah ibn Masud's student Alqama. He's one guy, a student of a companion, and then you have Abu Darda, who is a companion. And
okay, can I interrupt just to say, when people memorize the whole Quran, they don't instantly memorize the whole thing correctly, because we're talking about almost a whole village, if not more than that. So of course, some of them are going to get it wrong. Okay, get some words wrong.
Companions.
Yeah, but we're talking about the whole Quran. Okay, the whole Quran.
Okay,
they're getting
two companions got it wrong, like independently, because he's like fact check. He's like wants to know, how does Abdullah read this? Who's Abdullah's best student? Who can read like Abdullah? And this guy like me, I can. And so he's like, okay, I know how I read this verse because I learned it from Muhammad. How did Abdullah read this verse? How did he learn it from Muhammad? He's like, okay, that's exactly how I learned it, and I'm not going to let these people mislead me. Right?
I don't think he said I'm not going to let them mislead me. I think he said they tried to mislead me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They tried to mislead me.
Yeah, I don't think he's like basically directly claiming that I'm 100% correct about this. He's saying that he heard it that way. Okay, I don't know the rest of the story. I don't know what the guy did after the whole thing. To be honest, I don't read the whole Bukhari. It's like 7,000. I don't know, it's like thousands and thousands of pages. So, gonna be honest, I don't know the context of this whole story to answer too much.
Okay. So let's just take it at face value as we have it right here, and let's say that yes, two companions read it this way, and they were stern, and they really believed that that's how Muhammad said it, and they didn't want to go the other way to how you guys are reading it today. What would you make of that? If that's true, what would you make of that?
Because there's an issue, there's an assumption you're putting. You're saying that the guy was 100% certain, 100% he doesn't want to back up or retract with his claim. Never, even in the end of the story of his death, he never wanted to retract this claim. I want to make sure that's true.
Okay, so like I said, if this is true, what do you make of this? Because we're not going to ask you to, commit to an answer right now, but we're just saying if.
I don't want to. I have to be careful. When you're in a debate, you have to be careful. Don't answer like questions that are just forceful questions. So, again, I don't know if it was true. If he never wanted to retract his claim, then I would say it's one person over the whole village. Okay, there's a chance that the guy was probably wrong. Okay,
so don't forget. This is Abdullah as well. It represents Abdullah ibn Masud as well. So he's one of the people that Muhammad said to learn the Quran from. And this is his best student from Kufa. Yeah. And he's reading it.
Okay, again, I don't want to make assumptions that this is actually what happens, but even if it was, again, probably just a mistake, or again, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
that's fair to say that you don't know, but what we're telling you is that when you look into this and you find out that this is true, this is it's not gonna jive with the word for word preservation, because it doesn't make sense if you have different companions saying different things, basically saying Muhammad didn't say it like that, and they're saying no, he did say it like that. So they couldn't even agree on what the Quran was.
And again, I tell you that the context, the whole story, whether or not he kept his words, and whether or not he kept on, insisting that this was the words, and the word وَمَا خَلَقَ, which I don't even know why it would be removed. It makes sense for it to be there. Okay, it wouldn't make sense for it to just be وَمَا الذَّكَرَ وَالْأُنثَى.
Well, that's how they're reading it, though. Abdullah read it like that too. So whatever your assessment of their readings are, that's how they learned from Muhammad, and they're saying that the way you're reading it is not the way Muhammad read it. So how come you guys have a different version than them? But you're saying you don't know. Okay, you don't know. But we're just letting you know that's the issue. Okay? Tax?
Talks, you there?
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Okay. So the issue with these verses, the hadith that you guys bring, especially in hadith, I, in my opinion, I think this is overly specific. Okay, for you to ask random Muslims on the internet, what I think you guys should do: go ask. Let me just finish. Go ask and debate about this with actual, scholars and muftis. Okay, people that have researched the whole religion. You don't ask, people on the internet, random people like HD. The guy didn't even make an argument about the whole thing. Okay, I think.
Hey! Don't talk about HD like that.
I mean, I'm not lying. He did not really make an argument. He just said that's his opinion. He doesn't believe the Quran has changed. I respect the guy. Did he make an argument? Did I miss it?
He didn't. No. You're not lying, but.
Okay.
We just want to be respectful.
All right,
so Godlogic, but look, check this out. So we didn't, or Godlogic, you want to respond to that, or is
nope?
Okay. Here's my take on this is: look, we didn't interview you before you came on. No one like asked you.
I'm not. No, this is just an opinion. I'm not saying you should do this.
Right. But what I'm saying is anyone can come up. If you have a scholar, they can come up. We didn't make you come up. We didn't make you interact with this. We welcome you. We want you to interact, but you can't fault us and say, "Don't ask Muslims this." Well,
no, I did not say that. I said it's best if you go to scholars and muftis to do this. I didn't say.
You said what we ought not to do. You said you should not be asking random Muslims about this topic. What we should do is go see. Yeah, you told us what we should and should not do, bro.
Right.
As well as he has no problems asking Christians about the Trinity, and he would support people that would attack philosophical arguments against the Trinity. I'm pretty sure, right? So we're just examining the same measure that you're actually giving to the Christians. So in other words, you guys have asserted two particular beliefs. One of them perfectly preserved, and the other one is one Quran. And we expect you guys to at least defend one of these two. There should be a person that, when they say it's one Quran, that be able to substantiate it is one Quran when we can actually verify it is not one Quran.
All right, so here's the thing.
Before you say something,
I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this one last thing. This is even for the layman, so it doesn't have to be a scholar anymore.
Yeah.
They can easily deduce that there is more than just one Quran. So why are you guys keep saying this? There is one Quran.
By the way, before you go, Tox, I'll just say this really quick too. Sorry, but we definitely have been showing what the scholars actually say on this. Like, this is how it all started, right? We started off by showing what the scholars themselves, who have studied this all their lives, and have gone through this. What's that one guy for 10 years who was talking about the Ahruf and the differences.
You guys just brought like 2 scholars, not that many.
No, you're talking about videos.
And there might not even be scholars. You have to, in order to prove that you're a scholar, you have to like have it. Some type of.
They might not even be scholars now, yo. Yeah. I mean, this bust gets bigger and bigger and bloodier the more you
imagine the Mufti of Saudi Arabia.
All right, so I feel like, can I just give the opinion?
So it's just tough, man. So we're quoting the scholars. We've seen what the scholars say, and we're just presenting the information. There's no wrong in doing that, right? Right? Tox?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. There's nothing wrong in presenting the information that the scholars gave us, right?
Yeah, but you have to debate them.
Why do I have to debate them if they agree with us?
It would benefit you.
Why would I if Dr.
It would benefit you. If you argue with a scholar and he loses, it would benefit you.
Wait, hold on. If the sheikhs are already saying, hey, there are different variances of the Quran. Hey, this entire idea that the Quran has been preserved word for word, letter for letter, are lies of to children. What do I have to debate? I don't got to debate nothing.
Brother, you just gave 2 scholars that I don't even know who those 2 people are. You got one guy from TikTok. I never seen him in my entire life. I never heard of his existence. And the second guy,
wait. What you're not gonna do, bro, is you're not gonna just do that, man. We didn't get nobody from TikTok. We went into your sources.
Yeah, you just did. You did. I see a clip from TikTok.
Excuse me, Tox.
Did you not?
Not just scholars, straight from their own books, straight from their own websites, straight from their own interviews, and they're the ones who are telling you that the Quran has variants. And if you
I'm saying you brought a clip. I'm saying you brought a clip. Listen, I'm saying you brought a clip. I'm not saying you researched it on TikTok. Just don't get defensive that much. Anyways, listen.
He started his preservation showing you the scans in their books. What are you talking about?
All right, can I just respond? I probably forgot what I was about to say. Listen, when Muslims debate with Christians, you know what they debate about? They debate about the doctrine.
Dude, what's up with your mic, man? Do we got to go to someone else?
Okay, I'm just gonna stop closing my screen. The issue is when we debate with Christians. Okay, when we debate with Christians, we ask about the doctrine of the Trinity. Everyone should know. A 4-year-old should be able to defend the doctrine of Trinity. The fact that you limit
the Bible preservation.
Let me just continue.
Well, okay. No, because you're starting off on a lie. You're lying, saying when we debate Christians, we only talk about the Trinity and the doctrine.
When the hell did I say only? You liar! You hypocrite!
Okay, so you're just
when did I say the word only?
In a way that you only talk about doctrine.
When did I say Jai? Did I say only?
So just answer the question. Do you guys ask Christians about biblical preservation?
No, you're not going to interrupt me and lie about what I just said. I did not use the word only. I said most of the time.
Do you guys debate Christians on biblical preservation? Yes or no?
Do we guys? Yeah, a lot of Muslims debate about preservation. Why not?
Do not come to us saying what you guys should debate is debate the theology of Islam, debate the oneness of Allah, debate the prophet of the. Don't do that. I know it doesn't seem fair. I don't like when y'all do this. I know it probably doesn't seem fair. Excuse me. I know it probably doesn't seem fair when we're bringing facts and destroying Islam and exposing it. And so you want to limit what we talk about and say, it's not fair when you guys are talking about this particular topic. Don't do that. Don't talk about this.
I know you're interrupting. Especially with
that is what's going to happen. So, Tox, this is where we're at because I told you we're not doing.
You have to interrupt. This is the only
Either you only interrupt. Either you refute what's been said and presented, or we can move on to the next person. Don't cry about what we're talking about.
Yeah, just cherry pick 30 from 1 out of 30,000 hadith. Go ahead.
Yeah, John, go ahead and cherry pick out a.
Okay, welcome back. Believe you enjoyed watching this video. Let us know your views in the comment section. The credibility of any message is in the ability of that message to remain consistent over time without changing. If the truth change because of time and season, then it is not the truth. The truth should be able to remain consistent with time. How exactly is the Quran preserved was one of the questions Godlogic asked him, and the guy said it is through memorizing and recitation. That is, once it is memorized, it will be difficult to forget, so it will also be difficult for it to be corrupted. But most of these Muslims have this false belief that reciting the Quran from memory somehow made it impossible for it to be corrupted. The problem is, when Uthman set about compiling the Quran into writing, he found out that the people who were preserving the Quran through their memories were reciting drastically everything differently. They were reciting it in different versions, and also they were not related at all. There were literally hundreds of them, just like different verses which had been written by the scholars as of that time. So this is why he had to burn so many of them. After he picked what he wanted to pick to include them in his Quran, the various recitations that he couldn't burn continued to cause conflicts for many centuries, even up till today. There are some other regions of Islamic states that don't allow some certain Quran to be read in their mosques and in their town because they feel that those ones are also corrupted version. In order to defend his thoughts on his religion, he had to deconstruct and casting doubt on basic tenets of Islam, showing exactly how they corrupt their Quran and their books. Reciting a theme from your memory doesn't mean that what is being recited is the truth. You can hear a lie and memorize it and preserve it for years, but that does not change the fact that what you have is a lie. You can never change that fact. So for years, they have held on to this belief that because they have memorized the Quran, it is preserved, not knowing that what they have memorized can be a lie. Guys, let's know your views in the comment section. Don't forget to share our videos with your friends and your family, and also don't forget to like this video as well. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video.